Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Oh my gosh, it's Gemini season. Happy birthday. If it's your birthday today, super duper happy birthday to you. If I missed it, I'm sorry, but also happy birthday, belated, of course. And if it's coming up, oh dear, I hope you have the most magnificent day, but also year ahead, right? The world is so wild. It's hard to even think. Like, have a great year. Where are we going to be in a year? I don't know. A year ago feels like it was 20 years ago. It has just been such a, wild time, right? So let's get started with our reading. Okay, we have the Lust Strength card. We have Babylon, right? The Scarlet Lady riding the beast, the apocalypse, the end, the destroyer. I don't know. All the things. And it seems kind of perfect for the circumstances of the world, honestly. And I don't know. I don't like to be somebody who, I'm not afraid. I'm always afraid, but I'm not afraid of, the greater, everything's going wrong, collapsing, whatever. I, for one, am not. And if you can find a little shelter in my non-fear, then please do, because I know a lot of people are worried about so many things. And a lot of us, we have good reason to be. But also, and it is like the strength card, the lust card. Baby, if the party is getting wild, you have a few choices. You can, partake in the bacchanalian fest or whatever. You can, hang around and be upset. You can leave. Don't do that. Don't leave the party. Or we can try to find some meaning in it. We can do our best to reform it, to take this mess that we've all made together, mostly, something other than ourselves, it feels like, and we can create something of meaning for ourselves, for our people around us, our families, our loved ones. And that, to me, is one very important aspect of this card. It's about riding the beast. It's not, and I don't mean the, in the biblical sense, right? Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. Taking control in a very chaotic situation and finding power in that. All right, let's get going. I know that's a long intro. Woo! Come on, mama. Let's get on task here. Here we go. Let's take a look at these tea leaves. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. If anybody is going to make the party get started, is going to take just absolute fear, chaos, anger, and the shifting and the transmutation of not only us as individuals, but man, as a whole, right? Things are changing as they always do. But if anybody is going to be within that energy, just absolutely immersed in it and still say, let's enjoy, let's find a reason to, be happy, to find meaning in all of this, to make this an experience of value, that's going to be a Gemini. I know this. I have a daughter that's a Gemini, like I said. She's the coolest. All right, let's go ahead. We have the number 61. Seems real important today. 61. Okay. We also have, it looks like a person resting right here with a hat on. And right in front, we have the jinn or genie, right? And you all know the story of you find the oil lamp or whatever kind of vessel, and you rub the side, and then the jinn or the genie who is trapped inside comes out and gives you 3 wishes. Okay, so I feel that this is a time of manifesting for you. Okay, this is a time where you have the support, the pull of the universe, right? And I do feel like you have some kind of guardian angel. Maybe it's an ancestor. Maybe it is a jinn. Maybe it is, jinn. By the way, jinn get bad raps. They are, a race of beings that is believed in by a lot of people. I mean, there's a good deal of people in this world that believe in these entities. And they are from arid places, and the jinn, and come of the fire and air elements. They're actually kind of like ash and smoke, is their relation elementally. But just like human beings, there are malevolent and benevolent and everything in between. So good and bad, and tricksters and villains and heroes, all just like any other grouping of conscious beings, right? And so I look at this and I see this is really a time where things are coming together for you. And I think a lot of that is that you do have the disposition to not succumb to your fear, at least not in the majority of your life, right? You were still like fully operational, still really functional, even amid all of the stuff that supposedly is going on. And, I say supposedly just because you don't even know. Who knows anymore, right? It's hard to discern what is happening unless you're there. And so, I feel like you are somebody who doesn't let things affect you as much as maybe the next person. And you kind of stay focused on what you're doing. I mean, you do. You just kind of keep in that vibe, whatever that vibe is, right? Oh my gosh, I have to stop saying vibe. My daughter yesterday was so cute. We went to go get some plants. I know, more plants for the garden. And she came up to me with a pot because I have some succulents I need to repot. And we were trying to find like the right ones, the right pots we wanted. And she comes up and she holds up this pot and she says, "Mom, is this the vib?" And I was like, "What?" She's, "Oh, is this the vibe? Is this the vibe?" And I said, "Oh yeah, that's the vibe actually." And we did get that pot. So, but yeah, vibe. But I do feel like, yeah, you are staying open heart, open mind, going with the flow as much as you can. You're really good at this. Now, some people might look at this and think like you're oblivious, you're self-centered, you're, I don't know, just kind of aloof or not a serious person or, whatever. And that comes from a place of, I would say jealousy, because yeah, if I could stay as nonchalant or like as in my own vibe as I could, well, the world is hard and, we all have personal stuff going on as well on top of everything else. Yeah, I would be jealous. Absolutely. I wish I could like stay chill and doing things that I want to do emotionally and psychically through extreme, anxiety ridden situations. Yeah, I would be kind of jealous about that, right? So I think that sometimes, people can be kind of hard on you about that, but you don't let it bother you. That's the big thing. Now, I also see the Jinn as being the duck on this side. You can see. Now, the duck is very much the same energy. If you could imagine a duck sitting out on the lake when the water's getting kind of choppy and they just kind of like bob with it, right? The waves are going and they're just kind of bobbing along. They're just going with the motion, right? They are balanced enough. They are attuned enough that they just go along with the thing and they're unbothered. They're fine. And so I feel like this is kind of your superpower, if I'm being honest. Teach me, please. If you teach classes on being as chill as possible, please. I need to learn. Okay, let's see. We're going to turn it a little bit. Oh, okay. So we do have a seder as well. You can see the face, the eyes, the nose, kind of a goatee, the mouth, and the horns over here. So we have kind of this very masculine forest entity, kind of like Pan, right? Pan is a seder. And Pan is the god that's like half goat, half human, and also very aligned with Bacchus and Dionysus. So this is an energy of belovedness, of frenzy, passion, pleasure, madness, right? And that can get into like addiction or spiraling out, doing things that you wouldn't normally do if you weren't, uninhibited, basically. So like, how people sometimes they maybe partake a little bit more than usual of maybe a drink or, whatever, something else, and say and do things that usually they wouldn't otherwise. And this is kind of that energy. Now, it's not always bad. This could be dancing and laughing and hugging and saying I love you, and usually they never would say something like that or dance all night or whatever. But I do feel like you are shifting more deeply into this place of, I think seeking enjoyment, and I think it is based around music. It feels like you are somebody who is really drawn to music and you'll go out of your way to experience music. So like, what does that mean? Yeah, you'll find a festival or something and you'll go to it. Where most of us will say, oh, shoot, look at who's playing in, Omaha, or, look at who's going to be in Chicago soon, or, whatever, a band, of course. And you think, oh, and I'm saying Omaha because last year I saw that Bright Eyes was playing, and I'm a huge sucker for Midwest emo. So yeah, anyways, of course I didn't go. I just, you see the band, you're like, oh shoot, that looks cool. Well, you're the person who actually goes, right? You're the one that actually plans it and goes. So I do feel like, yeah, this is kind of a time where you will be kind of more in that zone. Going out, having fun, indulging, and just, I'm mom checking in and just saying, take care of yourself, drink lots of water, be mindful, all of that kind of thing. Now, let's see. Okay, so we have either the name, it looks like it could be Jerry or Jenny. Jerry or Jenny, something like that. We have the number 24. Okay, so we have a real Saturnine energy here. So there's a person with an M name in your life in some capacity. They're probably maybe like a Capricorn. Very serious. Maybe an alarmist to some degree. But they care about you. They just they go about it like in a way that feels like they're trying to control you. Like they know better. It feels like it could be a sibling because usually it is our siblings, right? That think they know everything. Except for my sister. Of course, she knows everything. She's so smart. She's a Virgo. She's beautiful. She lives in Pennsylvania. She's very talented. We have also the turtle. So I feel like in this case, and I think this really is what it's about, is you shifting into this, like, where a lot of people in your life are very serious. They're worried financially. It's just all these conversations that feel very emotionally draining because a lot of people are, they're lamenting and they're afraid of something that we don't know what is happening, right? We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going to happen. And it feels like it's more intense than it ever has been because we're inundated with imagery and news and, more people hearing about things like through social medias and this and that, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but everything seems so much more than maybe it would be if we woke up in the morning and had our coffee and did not necessarily always read the news, right? Or, you go about your business, you deal with the people who are in your life and limit it to some degree to that. But here's the deal. I feel like for you, there is this feeling of every time you don't go along with the people who are around you, they kind of turn and really like almost try to not bully you, but they get this concern. Why aren't you worried? What is going on with you? Why are you acting this way? Why are you out dancing instead of, watching the stock market or, whatever? And I feel like, you have to like temper yourself when you are confronted in this way because they think, obviously you're a Gemini, you have a sharp tongue. You're very smart, you're very clever, and you're good with words. So I think it's easy for you to kind of, protect yourself, maybe go off a little bit or push back or whatever. But in this case, with this particular person, I feel like what is happening is their own fear is being projected on you and being hypercritical of you. But ultimately, it's them that is really kind of having a problem. And I do feel like this is like a really sideways way of asking you for support, for help, to be there. And I feel that you will uncover that quickly. You'll see the signs on the wall. And so, yeah, I feel like that's what's going on with that person, that M person. Now let's do 3 lucky numbers. We have number 91. Number 91. And my stomach is growling. I'm sorry. Number 79. Towards the end of my fast. So it's 59. Is that what we just had? I don't know. I lost track. I was thinking of fasting. Okay, whatever numbers we had before and one more. 89. Okay, all of the 89, 79, 50. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Now, we're going to do our wild bohemian affirmation cards. And I'm going to flip through, stop where it feels right. 10, I am free. Your laughter is fluid, sacred medicine. Your beauty dissolves exclusion. This is the vibe, right? You are the free one. And that's why people can't understand why you behave the way that you do when everybody else is just in the doom mindset, right? But you're free. You're free. And you intentionally and actively stay in that configuration, that activation, right? And so people they don't understand because they don't know how to get there. And it's simple, but they don't know how to do it. So they think something is going on with you. It's not. You're free. All right, let's see. We have the Dreamer's deck. I'm going to flip through, stop where it feels right. And it says, I know that every dream in my heart is waiting to bloom. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Say it with me. I am ready to grow. I am ready to grow. I am growing. I am growing. I am growing. Okay, Gemini, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for sharing your time with me, your energy with me. I love you so deeply. If you want to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I have to say it for the algorithm. But I also, and this is very true, I want to hear from you. I love hearing from you all. And yeah, we'll talk in a few days. Please take care of yourself. Happy birthday. Good night.